I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd need travel insurance when I booked my dream trip. I mean, who does? It's just one of those things you add to the list and forget about, right? You book your flights, your hotel, maybe a few fun activities, and you think everything's going to go perfectly. Because it always does, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. My friends and I were heading to Costa Rica for this amazing tour of the rainforest and some hidden beaches. The weather was supposed to be perfect. We had all our excursions lined up, the zip lining, the hikes, the waterfalls. The whole thing was booked, paid for, and we were counting down the days. But then, out of nowhere, we got hit with this massive tropical storm. Like, I'm talking total chaos, flooding, wind, the whole shebang. The kind of thing you see on the news, but you never expect to actually live through. And there we were, thousands of miles from home, watching the news as it hit. Flights got canceled. Roads were blocked. The tour we've been planning for months, completely wiped out. In that moment, I felt completely helpless. The sinking feeling in your gut when you realize everything you worked for, the planning, the money, the excitement, could just slip away in an instant. That's a terrible feeling. And I wasn't the only one. The other tourists? We were all standing around, calling airlines, calling our hotel, trying to figure out what the heck to do. But here's the thing I didn't expect. The people I was talking to on the phone, they didn't care. They couldn't help. Sorry, no refunds, they said. You'll have to deal with your insurance. And I'm standing there thinking I don't have insurance. But then it hit me. I remembered that I'd added this one thing to my trip, some travel insurance I got through Insure. I wasn't sure how it worked, but I had it. So, in this moment of panic, I figured, what's the worst that could happen? Let's see if I can make a claim. I didn't think it was going to work. I was honestly prepared for another sorry, no refunds moment. But here's where it gets wild. The process was surprisingly easy. They didn't just leave me hanging like I expected. I filled out a quick form online, sent in the proof of the canceled tour and the storm, and within hours, I had a response. A couple days later, I got a reimbursement for the tour I'd missed, as well as some of the additional travel costs I had to cover because of the storm. I was floored, because honestly, I was expecting to lose it all. I was ready to write it off as one of those things, just bad luck. But instead, I got back on my feet. It wasn't perfect, and it wasn't the trip I planned, but it could have been so much worse. And looking back, I think the only reason I didn't completely lose my mind, or my money, was because I had taken that one extra step to get travel insurance. Here's what I learned. We can't control everything, right? We can't control the weather. We can't control canceled flights, or when a natural disaster is going to hit. But we can control how we prepare for those moments. We can make sure we're covered, just in case things go south. Now, I'm not saying you should buy travel insurance for every single trip you take. But if you're planning something big, a trip that you've been dreaming about for a while, where the stakes are higher than just losing a weekend getaway, don't sleep on it. I'm telling you, travel insurance can be a lifesaver when things go wrong. For me, Insure was the unsung hero of my trip. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I genuinely trust it. It was a small investment in my peace of mind, and it came through when I needed it most. So, if you're planning a big trip anytime soon, I'd highly recommend you check it out. It's one of those things that feels like an unnecessary extra at first, until you find yourself in a situation where it's the only thing that stands between you and losing everything. Trust me, it can make all the difference. I never thought I'd be here, telling you how travel insurance saved me, but here I am. It did. And I'll never go on another trip without it again. Stay safe out there. And don't forget, sometimes the best thing you can do is just be prepared.